Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to my Greybeard Prospectors playthrough. God, I've been doing too much recently, my brain just got confused there in Total War Warhammer 2. So yeah, well, we're doing well. We're at peace. We're just defeated the Nagash, the followers of Nagash, and yeah, everything is going well. Well, yes. Potentially going to be dropping some troops a little bit, but, well, dropping ourselves. I can't talk today. So potentially going to be, you know, reducing our armies to get our income up a bit so we can build up my settlements. Build my trust back up so I can start getting the trade relationships out, because we are the trading dwarves. As such, we do want to take Lofen at some point. I really do hope there is going to be the building. I don't know if the building is only for elves or if it's for everybody. So, I do know one of the things I believe that Elon, who does the mod for this, is planning on doing is lots of special buildings. And, you know, just saying, as you're watching this, Elon, I know it's a long-term plan, it's probably a long way in the future, because making mods, I don't even want to know how much of your free time it eats. Probably more than my recording does. So, but I'm just saying, a special building for these guys occupying Lofen would be quite cool. A special trade building, that is. Though I don't know, we might get the trade building anyway. I'll just go have a look in a minute, because I can probably still see it and see that there's a special building there. But no, something with a slight dwarven addition to it. Okay, let's have a look. So it just says strategic location. It doesn't say for any particular faction, so that's potentially good. I'm still going to go down here to find the other factions, but our reputation is much better now, so we may be able to push out a little bit more trade.
It shall be done. You may approach. The Phoenix King welcomes all, cultured or otherwise.
We're not getting as much from these guys.
When Loic died, do not look for me in the light. I learn the end justifies the means.
Tyrion. Prince of
Why was it
Elfwan.
not saying?
I can
Oh, that's projected income.
Pray tell. Very well.
When I look at actual income, it's much more. Oh my god.
Yes? Greetings, stranger.
Not quite as much as I hope, but it's still good.
Wisdom of Valea. Let us begin. For the wisdom of Valea. Time for a reckoning. Anad. On to glory for the ancestors.
Right.
Let us begin.
Well, a couple of units of heavy thunderers in there. Just because they are quite awesomely hardcore, tough. So,
stands ready.
yeah.
Do.
No. I will trade, but I will stay neutral in the elven politics as much as possible, guys, because elves, I don't want to get involved in all their politicking, because high elves are just as, well, I won't say just as bad at their nasty politics, but Yeah, I don't necessarily want the entirety of that region, so... The more trade, the better for us. Right, so we found some more elves, and that's why we're pushing down this coast, to find them all and get trading with them all. Then we'll push over to Bretonia and try and pick up all the Bretonian factions, the Empire factions, and basically we'll create this world-spanning trade empire. I'm really glad that they can't, that we don't have naval battles and sea trade routes you can actually block, because that would... It would be awesome, but the game would need to be specific, have been designed around it much more. Like Empire Total War. If you've played Empire Total War, there's actual trade routes in the sea which you can stomp on and blockade, which is it's a cool way of doing it. It's not necessarily quite how it would actually happen. Well, obviously you did blockade trade, but it wasn't quite that simple.
Got then.
I love the little ironclad.
Yes, let's move.
The Phoenix King welcomes
I'm
all.
already trading with these
Cultured or
guys.
otherwise.
Sorry, I can... Just trying to work out what I get where. I'm mostly heading down the ranged route, so... Yeah, let's start leveling there up next.
The axe thirsts for war. Aye. It is
There
time.
we go. I'm actually going to drop these guys too,
My axe
because they are a bit
thirsts
more
for war.
expensive to maintain than
Time for
standard
reckoning.
units. And it really, you can see that they made a big difference, so we make a lot in trade. There we go, we want to push up to that fast. That's really good though. But the trade is huge for us, so... That's nasty. Yeah. So, but that's actually really good because it's a proper... None is good for you. How can I phrase it? They both have a benefit and they both have a negative. So the growth is good, the extra income is good, the public order is good, the negative public order is bad, the negative income is bad. Not that I suspect I make much money from industry. I suspect, well, we know we make most of my money from trade at the moment. Well, not most, but a substantial chunk of my income comes from trade. And buffing up our trade is a big thing. It's an extra 30% income from trade. This is quite a bit. Yeah. It's a lot when you think we're making 2,500. But the thing about trade is when you're trading, you want to stay friends with everybody. Because any bangs to your reputation will very quickly stop other factions trading with you. Which if you're a trade empire can be quite painful. I mean, not everyone will stop trading, because you do build, by trading, you also build an incredibly good reputation with a lot of these factions. Okay, we're good on public order, so let's start on this. It's quite cool. I'm going to wait until we can level the actual main settlement up a bit there. Yeah, public order again. Sorry, not public order, income again there.
An honor. Using guild routes. Move. A wise plan.
Yeah, we can start heading over to find the Bretonians. This is probably going to be a bit more of a peaceful session, actually, as we just build ourselves up slowly. I do still want to take out the Skaven. I don't want to leave them there for too long, but I want to be in a really strong position before I go and push those Skaven. I want to be able to take them out cleanly with no issues. Not happening. Why do I suspect they're just going to keep throwing that offer at me every turn, just like the followers of Nagash did? Because I'm not daft, they will. Okay. Still a lot of factions out there. Yep, and we unlocked a regiment of renown.
By the king's command.
Dwarfs, how may the lady and her...
I am the child.
No evil. I am Morgiana, Fey Enchantress. Naturally.
So she'll trade with me, but the others won't. That will probably
no,
be pushing up my reputation with them now.
Who calls? What so?
You have a proposal? We are willing to hear
They're
it.
still alive at the moment.
For the wisdom of the layer.
Okay. So we've done rifles. Let's keep buffing him up. Get that, though we're not getting war machines yet, obviously, but it will hopefully, you know, we need to get everything there to push us into this, which is, yeah, that's really good. Reduces range, but still. That's nice. The Engineer King, that's very nice. Obviously annoys other dwarves because we're doing things differently, I guess. I kind of want these guys to expand. Otherwise they're eventually just going to get squashed. They are staunch allies, so I want them to expand and be ascendant in the deserts, but they don't seem to be doing particularly well at the moment. They're not grown at all. They're just kind of sitting back there. At least take there. I mean, there's more places I could potentially take over here, but I don't really want to expand that way. I want to expand my empire at sea almost next. but we're going to take our time rebuilding. We're going to take Bel Aled because that is a gold mine, and a gold mine is worth taking. But as I said, that is going to be two big, strong, solid armies. One to go in, the second to cheese the army sitting around it, at which point we will then work out via logistics of storming it and killing all of the Skaven inside. But it's something for the future. No rush to do it, guys. Well, until they declare war on me, then I'll be in a rush to do it. Oh, wow. Okay, our turns until surplus suddenly changed massively there. Why did that suddenly go up? Let's level there up and go growth building out then.
Onward!
Right, we're going to start working our way up the coast, finding all the other factions. Will you trade with me yet?
Dwarfs, how may the lady and her valiant knights?
There is desperation.
Valiant law.
The laws of chivalry demand.
I refuse. Yes.
Oh, that's why they're all
Do
not
you know
fans
who
of
I am?
me.
Mountain folk come to treat.
You mewling fool.
I'm happy to non-aggression pact with these guys because I have no plans on going to war with them realistically.
Norska. The Empire.
Do not greet me as a friend.
Who calls?
One day these guys
I am
will
ready
trade
to
with
parley.
me.
I hope.
But that day won't be today.
Yes.
We'll get there, but it's going to take a while. I do apologise for this being a bit more of a passive playthrough, but sometimes you do just need to spend a little bit of time getting everything in order. You know, I've gained a lot of settlements recently, I just need to get everything sorted out, nice and shiny. At which point we will be able to start our march outwards into the world. Yay, they expanded! And yeah, once we've done all that, we'll expand out into the world, work out where we're going next. Like I said, I am tempted to hit up here, and if they don't want to trade with me, we will if they don't trade with me, we will take their territory. You know, we will acquire their territory via hostile negotiations. Because obviously they should be trading with me. You know, it's not beneficial for their people if they don't trade with me. That's my reasoning. I'm doing what's good for the people, so we'll give them good dwarven overlords who will open up the lifeblood of trade across the seas.
What orders? Virgin belts?
Dwarfs, how may the lady and her...
You insult me.
Soon. One day he'll trade with me.
To war?
Keep pushing all this place up so we can get as much growth as possible, because upping these up's growth as well. And we'll get surpluses quicker, because these guys, obviously, when you're lower, you gain a surplus faster as well. Like I said, sitting back, taking our time, no rush whatsoever. want these guys to really expand. I wish I could kind of sell them cities, because I actually sell them that. Oh, sorry, sell them that. If I could, but we can't, so. I suspect I need to start making plans for Bel Aled. As I said, 2 armies. We've got enough cash income to put 2 good armies together. And we siege them out. And, yeah, basically we siege them out and we, stop them. I'll take the hit with relations.
Wrong is mustered. Forwards!
And we will actually meet Bretonia herself.
You come to Bretonia, stranger.
Onward!
Oops. So much for building some extra troops. That said, my income is going massively the right direction now. So even from this small faction, small base of territories, let's think we've got 1, 2, 3 and a bit territories. Our income is soaring already, guys. So that just tells you just how, if you take your time, how good these guys are. You know, you could really sit back. I could theoretically sit back and just pull in the trade at this point and build tall. Not going to necessarily do that because it's not necessarily the most interesting playstyle, but I could definitely get away with playing tall with these guys. Which is nice, and you can with the High Elves as well, to be fair, for the same sort of way. You build up your trade income. Sorry, it's boiling in my study, in my studio. So, yeah, if I sound a little bit, that's why.
Summon me if you dare. Summon me if you dare. Search a clan and hold.
There's potentially lizard men up there. Don't know if they're unlocked with this mod actually. No. We're going to push down this river to start with to meet some of find the Empire and a few factions, then head back. Pull back to about here because there's no ports further up. So we're going to pull all my armies back here and start building up the forces, I think. This is where I wish I'd spent some time building siege equipment, building a siege equipment place, but we haven't yet, so there's no point worrying too much about that. And ideally, I want enough troops that we can destroy the Skaven without even worrying. Especially as we almost certainly have undercities at the moment. I don't know how am I doing on Skaven corruption, actually. I'll have to have a look. Actually, I say that, I've never seen an agent come out of here. So, these guys feel a little broken for some reason at the moment, because they're just not doing anything. Which definitely feels wrong.
The great horned rat favors Mimi.
the wisdom of Valea. What?
Let's get the extra gold, please.
My axe thirsts for war.
Hmm. A couple of extra units of Thunderers.
By the grudge bearer's will.
We're still fine on public order there.
King's command. Move.
Find the other trading city down here, assuming it's not been... Yeah, they still exist.
I will listen, but my time is short. Indeed.
Oh, but they don't. Oh.
Yes? Well met, dwarfs. What
Agreed.
Non-aggression packs just to slowly up our cement our friendships.
Lord of Bretonia.
Bow before the rightful lords of this land.
Impossible. Protector of the realm.
Dwarfs, how may the lady...
You mewling fool.
Dark are these times.
How can the king of
Eventually we'll get them trading with us, guys, but no rush.
You may speak before my shield then.
For now. They already don't like us particularly, you know, well, they're okay, but I don't particularly want extra wars in my backyard if I can help it at the moment, and they're a fairly neutral faction, so I'm happy to remain neutral and trade with them. I am looking forward to getting rid of that little blemish from my map there. Like I said, we're actually... I'm going to play this. I think we should slowly degrade, change this way we play it. So, basically, I'm going to make these dwarves all about the profit, really, So we will go to wars, but they've got to be profitable for us, So there's nothing wrong with a good war, but it needs to have a goal, a profitable goal. Consolidating our empire is not enough. I mean, consolidating up there is enough because it will increase our trade.
The clan honor. Got then.
I will listen, but my time is short.
Interesting.
Never. How can the king of Bretonia never?
Oh, very interesting.
Let us begin. Let us be about this. Move. Let us begin. The throng agrees.
Okay. Let's grab a public order building there. Shouldn't take us too long to build up two good solid armies there. We'll have some fun absolutely decimating the Skaven. I will probably actually fight at least one of the battles, even if it's overwhelming odds in our favour, because just having the Skaven charging into a line of dwarf guns just feels good to me watching them, because how can I phrase it? Unlike most things where a lot of the stuff gets up, I suspect even with my low-level troops there, that once we've shot them, they won't. The Skaven, certainly the low-level Skaven in these places, they might get up, but most of those Skaven won't be getting back up. And it will just be glorious to watch them fall to a good, solid dwarven line. We won't even use particularly fancy tactics. Yeah, we will do some, but it will just mostly be a solid line of dwarves shooting. Obviously, we'll split our line up a bit to make sure it's sensible in the way we're laid out. But those are all things for next time, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching, even if there hasn't been as much happening this time. Please feel free to pop any comments in the comments section or jump over to my Discord and say hi. There's a link to my Discord in the comments and description, as well as links to my Twitter, my Patreon, and my affiliations for Overclockers and Humble Bundle Games. Thank you very much for watching.